Let's start at the top. So you're coming into this from Oracle. What attracted you to this role? What's kind of your mission, and how are you thinking about this as you ramp up?
Yeah, thanks. And so anybody who knows TransUnion, especially in marketing solutions, really understands the data identity spine that we have is second to none. To be able to utilize that to help our customers do what they need to do with us is exciting. I think the other thing is, coming out of Oracle, where things are difficult and difficult to get things done. TransUnion is fully leaned into being in the marketing solutions business, and it's really exciting. And so lots of transformation going on within the company, a lot of really good things happening for our customers, and why wouldn't I want to be a part of something like that?
So Oracle was difficult. Let's unpack that. No, you probably don't want to do that. Okay, so from a high level, you're coming in with this data spine, this opportunity. You still have this ongoing. I don't want to say it's dichotomy, but consumers are funny where they care about privacy when you point it out to them or when things go wrong, but they also expect brands to have a level of personalization and to know them or know what they care about. I guess how should we all think about that and whether those two things are in conflict or not?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about your own experience, right? I mean, you definitely want to make sure that you have relevancy in what is being presented to you from a content basis, from an advertising basis, et cetera. And about 40% of people, we did a study, so about 40% of people, truly like the personalized experience. I think what juxtaposed with personalized experience is privacy and privacy concerns. And so at TransUnion, we are a privacy-first company. We've been doing it through our credit bureau company for decades. And so the ability for us to be able to utilize that as a way to protect consumers while also giving them the right targeting elements to our customers is truly like the secret formula to our success.
All right, I think it always probably helps people when we're talking about data spines and these high-level ideas. Like, what do you have? You've done some research that might be worth highlighting. You've also got some good examples. How can you help bring this to life for people? What we're talking about, the ways it can be used.
I mean, so if you just think about it from a data perspective, a lot of companies out there today still are targeting you through age and demo, period. And so we really feel very strongly that if you have two data elements that are attributed to you or three data elements that are attributed to you, we went out and looked at about $1.5 billion worth of campaigns, and what we saw was a 9 times ROAS results for our customers who are utilizing the right targeting. So even if you just did 2 elements of targeting to a person, let's say age and income, you would see like a 3.2%.
So you don't even have to go crazy with knowing exactly what a person's bought recently. Even just deeper than demos.
Correct.
A lot.
And then if you go 3, like age and income, and you have kids, like all of a sudden the return will be even higher. And I think the game has been the same for a long time in advertising, which is how precise do you want to be for what scale can you achieve? And so the more scale you have, and the more precision you can refine to allows you to have the most efficiency. And I think that's what marketers are still looking for today in the ecosystem.
Okay, speaking of the ecosystem, we've been talking a lot about companies like yours are trying to help with identity resolution, right? And it seems it's super important. It seems ever more challenging as media companies behave more like walled gardens or have their own identifiers. It seems. Have we made progress there? Can you help this whole like cross-platform dream we have becoming a reality?
Yeah, I think from my perspective, and certainly working with the sales force, right, we need to just make the story simpler. And so if you are a marketer and you have first-party data, we want to be able to resolve through our identity spine, right, more knowledge about your current customers. You start there. We want to then be able to do data expansion and lookalike modeling in order for you to understand, hey, these aren't just your customers, these are potential future customers, but we give you the elements that you need in order for you to target against. With the acquisition of Neustar, we have world-class measurement and measurement studies, and we bring that all together back to the beginning through closed-loop measurement. And so if you just think about the very simple path of being able to like take your customers and know more about them and be able to then provide the right audience segments for what it is you want to do, like that's a simple way to think about why TransUnion is here and why TransUnion will win.
Okay, looking ahead a little bit, there's a lot of excitement / anxiety about the use of AI media buying optimization. You know, you're seeing a lot of brands lean into that through the platforms. I've heard different theories, but one theory is that identity almost won't matter as much, or knowing who a real person is won't be as important to these models and machines because they'll know you in a better way somehow. Do you buy that? Is there a danger in letting that happen, or how do you think about that?
I mean, I'll ask you a simple question: who are you going to sell the product to? So the reason why I'm being facetious is because you can understand by using AI agents how to get synthetic IDs, right, and synthetic data about what somebody could potentially look like, but you need a validation path to really tie it back to a consumer. And so I do agree that what AI will do for us, and it's been machine learning for a long time within our industry, what it will allow us to do is drive efficiency of being able to get to the results that you want faster. Like, we love faster. Faster is always good. But in this case, especially when you're talking about synthetic data, you're going to need a validation point, and why not come to TransUnion so that we can actually do the validation for you, and then you can go from there. So, like,
I think people might be wondering, what do you mean when you say synthetic data or synthetic identities? Are they real people that you just don't know who they are? Or are they really not people?
They're really people, but what's happening is you're using the AI agent to determine, like, hey, this person or this persona of a person is exactly what you'd be looking for in order for you to find a future customer. And so in order to then attach that to a real person, you have to go out and validate it. If you just create the synthetic model, you're basically not targeting somebody. Somebody actually won't do anything. And so, again, marketers still want to sell products, right? And they still want to sell services. And so you have to tie it to a real person eventually.
Okay, I realize you just got there. You're still learning the lay of the land. Can you talk about some of the maybe the bigger tools that brands can apply to what you're talking about here? Maybe, are there good examples without giving away any proprietary information?
I mean, I think these are early days as far as like how to really use AI agents and other ways of mining data quickly. And so no real examples, but it's something that we're obviously thinking about and something that I think that we'll excel in.
All right. If brands are trying to look ahead the next year, 18 months, do you have any advice for them, or the way they should think about this marketplace developing? Are we going to see, some kind of clearer picture of solution of how identity data is going to be applied in this business, or is it going to be forever fragmented in different strategies?
I mean, if you're a marketer today, right, if you think about the problems set that we have, so they have about 16 different solutions they're currently working with in order to solve their problem, which is still the same advertising problem we've had for, since the beginning, which is I want to spend the least amount of money for the most return with efficiency. And so what's missing in today's fragmented world is the with efficiency, because the solutions are all over the place. They need all of those solutions in order to do what they need to do, and they're sort of happy with it, but wouldn't they be happier with a single solution or at least a couple of partners? And so where TransUnion comes in is we're really the only ones in two ways. We're the only ones that are doing the full cycle from identity resolution through audience activation and measurement, right? And we are also not a media company. And so we have no agenda beyond just helping you be your best. And so that is unique in this world, and I think that again is a way that we win.
Last one, we've been forever talking about the impending signal loss and what it's going to mean, and then this idea that the privacy climate is going to be tougher. It seems like the regulation worry has maybe died down, or there's all these state laws, but you don't hear as much about, I don't know, so getting nailed, or there's really not a lot of talk about a national privacy law. Are you guys thinking about that? Should brands be worried? Are we out of the woods? Like, what's going on there in your mind?
I mean, we think about it all the time. Again, we are privacy first. We take the way in which we utilize our data and the way in which it attaches itself to a consumer, incredibly important. And we're talking on a global scale. And so for people who maybe the rhetoric has died down because everyone's talking about AI right now, like, don't forget, this is still really important from a consumer perspective. If your data is sitting out there, and it is, and all of a sudden you found out bad actors were doing bad things with it, you would not be happy. And
right.
So
privacy isn't over just because
it's definitely not over. I think it's forefront of the way in which you are going to make decisions. I mean, you have to trust the partners that you're working with, period.
Any last thoughts for the audience, or any more advice we'd share before we let you depart?
No, I think that what a nice place to be in Cannes and having this conversation. But even the conversations that are here in Paradise really talk about the same thing, which is a grounded way in order for us to be able to provide solutions for our customers. We are customers first. And so what we want to be able to do is have you think about your data, have a simple solution in which you can work with a trusted partner. And then at the end of the day, I just want you to be able to answer one question. What would you like to do today? We're here to help you make that happen. So thank you.